Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back with another Rise of Mordor battlefield today, and we have a brilliant 3v3, a great rivalry as three Elven armies of Imladris, the Wooden Realm and Linden battle against three armies of Erebor. It is Erebor versus the Elves, or Dwarves versus the Elves. And yeah, I guess we're going to find out who is better, Dwarves or Elves, in today's battle. Let me know down in the comments who you're rooting for, Dwarves or the Elves. I mean, it's going to be a close one, that's for sure. Both sides are very, very powerful. We've got very powerful units. So I'm excited to see how this one goes down. But as you can see here, we have Imladris, and it looks like Linden as well are coming to take this high ground. And they look like they're facing maybe one Erebor army, and it looks like Erebor here is throwing its weight against the Wooden Realm. So this is going to be a really, really interesting one. And you can see the Elves already in range. They've got their Forest Rangers already putting some volleys in there. But yes, this is a glorious, glorious battle that I have for you today. And this was sent in by a member of the Discord. So yeah, thank you very much for sending this one in. And if you want to send in your own replays, then I would definitely recommend that you do so. The link's down below, and the link's down below is the Discord if you want to send them in. Or if you want to get involved in some Rise of Mordor action, obviously if you want to get involved in Rise of Mordor streams, which take place every weekend, then you need to make sure that you join the Discord so you can get involved in those. But yeah, anyway, it looks like the battle is about to begin. Linden is getting increasingly close to Erebor right now, and it looks like it's going to be only a matter of moments until they charge. You can see they're already in their, like, the arrowhead formations. And Erebor's not really set up. He's not got his shield wall ready, and you can see he's going to just kind of defend this sort of peninsula here. He needs to kind of really protect his flanks. But here we go. Looks like we can see Linden go in here. Oh no, Imladris, sorry, go in here. In we go. And there we go. The charge has begun, and the battle is underway. I mean, Linden and Imladris will get a really good charge bonus with their shock infantry, and we'll be able to do a lot of damage to these Erebor Axe Warriors, that's for sure. But then as the battle goes on, you imagine that the Erebor Axe Warriors may be able to turn it around. We'll have to see. I mean, Erebor is obviously going to try and use his crossbows and try and get good flanks on. And I mean, this is not a bad flank here. I mean, this is... Oh yeah, you can see here already winning decisively, losing decisively. So, I mean, the crossbows here is going to be careful because they're going to get shot in the flank by these Noldorian archers. You can see that they're trying to cover, like, one unit is covering the unit that's firing to the flank. They're bringing up pikes as well to kind of cover the flanks as well. And look at this! Linden has managed to find a sneak way down, and it's in behind, and now we're dealing with the Tomb Wardens. And the Tomb Wardens are getting hit hard as well by archers over there from Linden. So this is not a fight that Erebor can win, really, because Linden's got the flank on him. This is a bad... I think Erebor's run into a really bad position. It doesn't help that he's also facing two armies. It kind of encourages the other two Erebor armies to get moving, because this Erebor army is going to be in a lot of trouble. See here, they're going to try and sneak around, which they kind of can do. There's not really many Tomb Wardens in the way. The ones that are there are getting cut down. Rip in peace. They need to get these crossbows out of here. They're going to have to send in a Dwarven Barrack Guard already. And look at this, the Tomb Wardens as well. They're losing decisively. And the Barrack Guard now going in this heavy shock infantry should do okay. Maybe a match to the Noldorian swords. Yeah, Linden here really cramming in. I don't know what if he's trying to, like, push forward or, like, get past, because he definitely can't. His Barrack Guard have got them all locked in. You can see, look at this. Lots of columns of Dwarven Barrack Guard on the way. So many. We've got Aaron Myth from veterans. It seems like the Dwarves have gone, you know what, we need to send more troops over here. And we're sending our finest boys to do the work. What we got here? We've got Dwarven Barrack Guard going in. Yeah, you can see the shock infantry is ripping to shreds. The lines of Dwarven lines at the moment. We've got Aaron Myth from veterans now in here. Imladris is still fully committing all his troops, really. Seems like Linden is going to be like the reserve, if anything. He's got a few reserves anyway. You can see Dwarves starting to break. It's not a good sign. Noldorian nobles also now in the back lines. And they've fully broken all of this as well. Wow. The Dwarven army's in a real, like, amount of trouble. I mean, if these Dwarves come down here and fight the Elves, they can certainly start to make some progress. This is a fight they can start to win. I mean, what's this? 5 units of well, yeah, no, 4 units of dwarves. No, 5, in fact. I can't count. Against 3 here of elves, and they're pretty banged up. The dwarves just got to hold on long enough to maybe get some reinforcements up here. If they can get some reinforcements up here, they can do a lot of damage. And this is going to be damage limitation now, like for the dwarves. They're just going to kill as much of Linden and Imladris off as possible. I mean, you hope. I mean, there is some Imladris troops down here as well. You hope that the dwarves may be able to do enough damage and inflict a defeat on the Woodland Realm. But it's hard to say. It is hard to say. But here we go. Dwarven Barrack Guard going in. And they're going to cut down these elves. Apparently as well, one of the Elven players was in the Discord VC with the dwarves. So it was kind of like an Elven spy, or maybe wrong. Maybe it was the other way around. It may have been like the dwarves. There was certainly a spy in one of the camps. I think it was the one of the dwarves was actually with the elves. So the dwarves kind of knew what the elves were going to do. From what I was told. Oh no, it was the elves. Yeah, the elves had a spy in the dwarven camp. So there you go. Get rid of the confusion. The dwarves were being spied on by the elves, the pesky, sneaky elves. So that's why the elves sent 2 armies up here, I think, or like mostly 2 armies. And they kind of killed this army off because they kind of there was an elven spy in the Discord. And you can see the Mantra Claimers here fighting Noldorian nobles. They're not going to win that fight. They need to focus this unit down as much as possible. It's a really nasty unit. The elves also concerningly have a lot of ammo here, and they can take this ridge after. Then they can just fire into the combat that's going on below here. You can see the dwarves now engaged with the Woodland Realm, and they're in this long melee fight here. You can see pikes coming in, guardsmen and Ladris being committed. The dwarves fall back. They're not interested in getting any fights with the pikes. Put it like that. Not interested. I mean, if I was the dwarves, I'd be getting my archers up and I'd be firing down this flank because you're getting flanking shots then, and you can support your ally here. Or you could do the same, obviously, if you were behind the lines here. You could just shoot down the line here. You just need to, like, the elves kind of set up in I wouldn't say a bad formation. They have so many Lasgarland blades, though. Like, it's like in a formation that kind of just means that they're able to get flanked and shot. I mean, it's the same with the dwarves, though. They're going to get flanked and shot here in the side. As you can see, the Noldorian archers setting up. A general has fallen. I will have a look at that in a moment, but just look at that beautiful shot. Yeah, which general died then? I presume, yeah, it's the Mantra Claimers. Yeah, Mantra Claimers gone, and that's going to be that Dwarven army gone. That's a bad start for the dwarves. But let's not rule out the dwarves just yet. They are very, very powerful. They can definitely turn this around. And also, this army here is pretty banged up now. So how much use is going to be? Also, the elves have got to deal with 2 Dwarven armies over here, 2 fresh Dwarven armies, which aren't being outpositioned too much, bar this bit here. This is definitely being completely outpositioned. Look at that. There's a great volleys. They can get in there. It looks beautiful. Really does. You can see that the Erebor is finding a sneaky gap through, and they are now going to be able to get in against the Forest Rangers. One unit is going to go in and flank the elves here, and the other one is going to try and silence these Forest Rangers. Here we go. A flanking charge. The elves look behind them and go, "Oh God! When did the elves get the dwarves get behind us? When did this happen?" They're probably thinking, "What happened to our allies?" But I mean, this is going to be a good counter charge here by Imladris, going into the flank of the dwarves. So even though it was a risky move by the dwarves here. Oh, and then the dwarves are going to counter charge Imladris. Oh my gosh! So many counter charges. This is like the counter of a counter charge. And here you go, the dwarves piling in more and more troops. You can see they're getting their shock infantry inside now. You can see they shouldn't really be fighting here where the elves can fire on them really close range. But it does mean that the elves can then maybe flank themselves. Like, they need to be fighting over here away from the cliff as much as possible. They need to also just focus on these Hall Guardians as they're doing. The only unfortunate thing is that neither side, maybe the dwarves might maybe slightly more. But certainly the elves don't lose morale when their general dies. The dwarves do a little bit, but still not much. So, I mean, killing an Elven general is not really the end of the world. You've got to just get them down, like, army losses is the best way to break them, to chain route them anyway. I mean, also doing things like this, surrounding units is a good way of killing them off. Look at this, Erebor Axor is losing both these fights, and they're supposedly counter-charging. Imladris' swords are doing amazing today, it would seem. I'm surprised as well that the elves brought no cav, which is like one of their strengths. Like, Erebor does have some cav, but it's not great cav. At least like Linden and Imladris can bring Noldorian horsemen, which is a really strong shock cav. Look at this, Archers of the Red Mountain are about to be charged here by the swords of the Woodland Realm. Certainly not the swords of Imladris. I still think that this is probably one of my favourite looking units. Like Imladris is just. Why do I keep want to call him Imladris? Woodland Realms style is just amazing. Looks great. It also looks great in this fog. It really does. Okay, they're going to cut down those archers. And look at this. Big flank going on here. Breaking Erebor Axe Warriors. And they're actually they've like broken the units that broke through the Elven line. It's not looking good for the dwarves. Numbers are there's 1,000 difference. And these are hard. It's going to be a hard fought battle really to bring it back to even numbers. I mean, they have to do things like this: play it slow, shoot with their arrow, like shoot with their bows and hit like units like this. But obviously the elves have their own bows that they could play. They can play the slow game as well. And as you can see now, Linden is starting to arrive in force to flank around the Dwarven positions. It's not a good sign. You can see that they're going to try and sneak through here with Dwarven Barrack Guard. They are needing to do some action now. And we're seeing a Lasgarn Blade come up, and they're going to try and stop this charge. I like how they went in like column formation. Looks awesome, it really does. And there you go. The shock infantry. I mean, they are going to break the Hull Guardians. That's good. They need to really start doing the same to the next one. And you can see Imladris is sending in some of his Noldorian swords, which we know do damn well. They're going to have to send over some Axe Warriors to stop the flank of Imladris as well coming around. They are bringing back their reinforcements that won their battle. And in there you go. And the dwarves are in another brutal fight. It's a real shame because these Dwarven Axe Warriors are really, really good. Like, they win nearly 90% of their fights. I see them. But today, it seems like they're just getting outpositioned and, like, outperformed by the Elven Shock Infantry, which is no surprise because Shock does get a really good initial charge. You kind of got to, like, hit them hard with, like, your own archers, which the Dwarves have some pretty good archers, but certainly that army at the top never really got time to set up. The Dwarves are now kind of in a little bit of trouble because here we've got a Manchu Claimer General who's getting slowly surrounded by a mix of Woodland Realm, Elves, and Linden. Another Manchu Claimer goes down, pushed over unceremoniously. And that general's probably breaking yet. It was in a bad spot. He broke at 62 men. Yeah, wow, look at that. Manchu Claimers getting broken so early on. But that's what happens if you can surround an elite unit and the battle's not going in their favor. They'll break pretty quickly. And as you can see here, I mean, they're losing these fights. I mean, they're actually kind of doing okay at beating these Lasgarn Blades, which I'm not surprised. I was going to think that they would beat the Lasgarn Blades, but the shot, it's a tough ask, especially when they get a good charge and the flanking charge like this. The Barrack Guard's kind of doing well, you know. They're actually cutting elves down left, right, and center, it would seem. But in the background, you can see there's more shock infantry of the dwarves getting engaged. The Edmonton veterans battling with elven archers, actually. They should win that fight if they are left to fight them. Well, actually, there's shock infantry in here as well, so maybe not. It's a hard one to say, oh yeah, wow, look at that. Edmonton veterans losing. Wow. You can see Manchu Claimers coming up. We've got 2 Wardens coming up as well. I mean, the elites coming up. It's a little too late for all of them. These Dwarven Barrack Guard are starting to lose as well. It's not a good sign. But the battle is probably lost, and the dwarves are going to be defeated by their most bitter of rivals. Do you know what the dwarves needed? They needed some of those twirly whirlies. Those twirly whirlies like they had at the Battle of the Five Armies. They need some of those. Or maybe some goat cav. So here we go. The ranks of the Tomb Wardens march forward. They need to get a little bit closer if they want to save their archer brethren here. Maybe they're not interested. Maybe they're like, Dwarven archer lives don't matter. But look at this. Noldoran nobles going to surround them. They see this elite polearm unit and they think, you know what? We'll match you with our own elite polearms. These guys are bloodied up. Look at them. They are bloodied up and they're already starting to poke into the side of the dwarves. Cutting these guys down. Look at him. He's like, oh no. I've been poked in the side by a really sharp, pointy stick. And yeah, these two ones who combat even at the moment, but they are certainly going to turn. I mean, this is not good that they're just like walking through the Dwarven lines. They're going to get cut down for that. That's not very good. Let's turn it around. There you go. Attila's lighting is just awful. And they're cutting them down. And as you can tell, across the battlefield, the dwarves are being broken. We've only got a few Erebor Axe Warriors left. And some shock infantry. It looks like maybe the Tomb Wardens might be the last unit to stand. I don't know. They could break any moment, though. Polearms surrounded like this. Morale goes down pretty quickly. But yes, they are not doing so great at all. Shipwright Nobles going in. I don't even think they've seen action yet. 85 out of 85. They are fresh. And yeah, it looks like the Tomb Wardens, maybe the last unit. Oh, they broke at the same time as the Mantua Claimers. And there you go. A Pyrrhic victory, apparently, for Imladris. I would have said it was maybe a Pyrrhic victory, but I don't know. Maybe it is. They didn't seem to take too many losses. I mean, Lyndon only lost 388 men. Or elves, I should say. The Wooden Realm lost most of their army, or like a good portion of their army. Imladris took about half casualties. But yeah, this is a really, really good fight. This one was sent in by Sachex, who was playing as Imladris. So yeah, well done to him and to his allies. Unfortunately, the dwarves could not win their battle, and I guess sort of like get sort of bragging rights in the rivalry, which is obviously a shame. But I'm sure that these players will come back and they will do the dwarves justice another day. But anyway, we have Sachex's army. We'll go over some of the unit kills. I mean, Sachex's army's got some really good kills here. I mean, we've got 218 kills for these Noldorian swords, 206 for another here, 256 here for one. Very, very good. We got like pikes here. We're getting 65 kills before they died. I mean, not that great actually. And then we've got archers here with 159 kills. That's pretty good. And you got to remember these are kills of dwarves, so this like that's really, really good. I mean, the dwarves do have slightly larger units than elves, but even still, it's hard to kill those boys. For sure. And then we've got Davision here, who's playing as Lyndon. Equally got some pretty good kills with the shock infantry. We've got 265 kills with him with an Noldorian sword. Yeah, a lot of his like swords have hit like 200, 261. His polearms only getting 50 kills. They don't really see too much action, to be fair. And they're still really, really healthy, so they may have gone on to get plenty. And his archers only getting 50 kills. Seems like Sachex's archers took most of the kills. And then we've got Chris Shifter, who's playing as the Wooden Realm. His swords did okay, but nothing like too insane compared to like the shock infantry. 167 hit, 125 are his best two. The rest all fails to hit 100. And his polearms obviously getting 0 kills, getting focused down. His archers not getting too many kills. These forest rangers are okay, but they're not like as good as the Lasgalan archers or the Lords of Lasgalan. But 72 kills is okay for them. And then we have Replica Rider, who's playing as one of the Erebor armies. I'm not quite sure which one he was playing as. I don't think he was one of the ones on the hill, the one on the hill, put it like that. But yeah, I mean, not great kills here for the dwarves. I mean, it's hard anyway to get kills against the elves because they have such small units. But yeah, when you get rolled over like this, it was not going to be the easiest. But 52 kills for the Dwarven Barrack Guard, I think is the best, actually. Oh, 60 kills for his crossbows is actually the best kills he has. Wow, that's a bit of a shame. Certainly maybe these crossbows might be a better investment for the dwarves because they are really good armor piercing. Might be worth bringing more of them. Then we have President John F. Kennedy, who's playing as another one of the Erebor armies. Did a little bit better. His Dwarven Barrack Guard here with 128 kills, not too bad. 165 with his Erebor axes, 133 here, 117 with his Dwarves of the Archers of the Red Mountain, and then you've got 186 this one actually. So he got some pretty decent kills with some of his dwarves. And then LSG5 was the final Erebor army. Yeah, I can't really tell which one was actually on the hill. I don't think it's not really easy to tell. They're all kind of really the same armies. Yeah, LSG5 again, kind of similar to Reptile Rider. Doesn't really have too many like units that stand out. I mean, 75 kills with his Erebor Axe Warriors. I think it's the best he has here. Airmith and Veterans with 4 kills is a really sad sight to see. But yeah, not a fine day for the Dwarves, that is for sure. So yes, if you were voting for the Dwarves or rooting for the Dwarves, I do apologise, but they've all died. And it is actually going to be the Elves that are successful today. So yes, if you enjoyed this Rise of Mordor battle, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. As always, guys, it's very much appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next Rise of Mordor battle. Bye for now.